Hi students, very good morning. With respect to this chapter, till the previous class we were discussing with respect to electrolytic cells. Okay, we know that what the substance that gets deposited at the anode, what the substance that get deposited at the cathode. Now the question arises is, how much of substance is getting deposited at the anode? Getting me? You know that what gets deposited at the anode, what gets deposited at the cathode. But now question is, how much amount of the substance is getting deposited at the anode, or how much amount of substance is getting deposited at the cathode, right? And those things has given by Faraday law of electrolysis, right? So as usual, you will be having a container with anode and cathode. Those are connected to a battery where the electrolyte consists of cation as well as anion. So charge of the electrolyte, look at the electrode, charge is discharged. So charge of the electrolyte, this electrolyte, what happens, it gets dissociated into cation as well as anion. So what the first thing is, Faraday first law. With respect to Faraday, you are having two laws. If you are good at first law, automatically you will be getting the second law. So what this law says? This law says that the amount of the substance, if it is a solid material, or the mass of the gas liberated. So with respect to gas will be liberated, right? So the amount of the gas liberated or the mass of the substance getting deposited with respect to cathode or respect to anode is directly proportional to the amount of the charge passing through the solution. How much amount of electricity you are passing. Based on that, the amount of the substance getting will be deposited at the respective electrodes. Getting me? The amount of the substance that is getting deposited at the electrode is directly proportional to the amount of the electricity you are passing into the substance. So it has been represented mathematically in this form. Amount of the substance is indicated with M. It is directly proportional to the electricity you are passing into that, right? So if you remove the proportionality, you can keep it as M is equal to ZQ. M is here, Z is nothing but electrochemical equivalent, and Q you can write it as Q is nothing but IT. So this is current into time. How much current you are passing through how much time. So Q is equal to IT. Okay, and Z is the proportionality constant, that is called as electrochemical equivalent, and Z can be written as E by F, equivalent weight by Faraday. Okay, so Z is equal to E by F, Q is equal to IT. So it becomes EIT by F, and we know that electrochemical equivalent will be equal to, if it is atom, it is atomic weight by valency. If it is a molecule, what happens? Molecular weight by valency. So if you calculate this, so this is the molar mass, current into time by valency of that particular respective compound into Faraday. Then you will be getting the amount of the substance that is getting deposited at the respective electrode. So this is the thing. Again I am repeating, what does the Faraday first law said? Faraday's first law says that the amount of the substance getting deposited or the amount of gas getting liberated at the respective electrode is directly proportional to the amount of the charge you are passing into that. So that M proportional to Q, M is equal to ZQ, M is equal to E by F into IT, M is equal to capital M into IT by X into F. X is nothing but valency factor. Okay, you know that equivalent weight is equal to what? With respect to atom, it is atomic weight by valency. With respect to molecules, molecule by charge of the cation into number of cations, right? So let us take some examples with respect to this content and solve that. What is saying? Find the amount of copper deposited when 5 amperes current is passed through 1 hour. You are passing current of 5 amperes, means I has mentioned, and time is 1 hour. To electrolyze copper sulfate, he is asking copper sulfate. Okay, so option A 4.2, option B 5.8, option C 6.6, and option D 8.2. Right, we know that formula is equal to capital M is equal to small m is equal to capital M into IT by XF. Capital M, copper, how much will be deposited? Cation, cathode, it goes towards cathode and gets deposited on the cathode, right? How much it is getting deposited means, what is the molar mass of the copper? That is 63.5. What is the X? Copper will be dissociating as copper plus 2, okay, plus SO4 minus 2, means 2 electrons you are getting out. So the valency will be 2, right? Capital M is equal to 63.5, X is equal to 2, and I is equal to, I is means current. How much current you are passing? It is 5 amperes current, and you are passing for time. Time is 1 hour, means how many seconds are there? So 60 minutes, and each minute consists of 60 seconds, and value of Faraday is 96,500. So if you calculate this, 63.5 into 5 into 60 into 60 by 2 into 96,500, then you will be getting the value of 5.875 grams. Clear? This is the direct way of doing by using formula. You can also do in the another method, that is called as unitary method, means simple logic. So copper plus 2 will be produced to get 1 mole of copper, how many electrons you require? You require 2 moles of electrons. 2 moles of electrons are required to deposit 1 mole of copper. See, 2 moles means you can calculate it as 2 Faraday. 2 Faraday requires 1 mole. Faraday can be written as 96,500, right? 2 into 96,500 coulombs. It deposits 1 molar mass. 1 coulomb deposits how much? Okay, so it is, instead of going for 1 coulomb also, you can go directly. 2 into 96,500 coulombs. This is charge, right? It deposits this much. 5 into 60 into 60 means 5. Your Q is nothing but IT, right? You'll be getting 5 into 60 into 60. This is the total charge. Means you'll be getting in coulombs. 2 into 96,500 coulombs. It deposits 1 mole. 5 into 60 into 60 deposits how much? So it is 63.5 into 5 into 60 into 60 by 2 into 96,500. You'll be getting the answer as 5.875 grams. Clear? This is the unitary method. So you will be calculating how many moles you require here. See how much charge you are passing to get deposit of 1 mole. How much you are using. This is the thing you are getting by stoichiometric coefficients, and this is the thing by passing this much amount of electricity. Right? Take one more question. 2 Faraday of electricity is passed through a solution of copper sulfate. The mass of copper deposited at cathode is. This is the question that has come in JEE 2015. 0 grams, 63.5, 2 grams, 127 grams. Right, students? Pause the video. 1, 2, 3. I hope that you have done. M is equal to Z into Q. Z is nothing but E by F, and charge. Charge he has mentioned it as 2 Faraday. So E is nothing but M by molar mass by X. Okay, X is nothing but valency. So if you are talking with respect to copper, it is 2. Molar mass is 63.5 into 2. Right? So FF is cancelled here. You are having 2 is cancelled, so you are getting 63.5 grams. Suppose if you want to go for unitary method, Cu plus 2, it takes 2 electrons, forms 2 copper. 2 Faraday, it forms 1 mole copper. So 2 Faraday already it has been given in question. In question also they are using 2 Faraday. So how much amount of the substance will be deposited? 1 mole of substance of copper will be equal to 63.5 grams. Right? I hope that you have done that. Take this question. Electrolysis of dilute aqueous NaCl solution was carried out by passing 10 milliamperes. Milli means 10 power minus 3, right? So 10 milliamperes current. The time required to liberate 0.01 mole of H2 gas at one of the electrode. He is asking the H2 gas because he is taking dilute NaCl, right? Dilute NaCl will be having cation plus cations, two cations, Na plus as well as H plus, where hydrogen will be liberated. Okay, so generally Na plus, these are the options. A 6.4 into 10 power 4 seconds, B 9.15 into 10 power 4 seconds, C 19.3 into 10 power 4, D 10 power 4 seconds. These are the things. Try to do this, students. Pause the video. Right. 1, 2, 3. I am explaining to you answer. NaCl gets converted as Na plus Cl minus. H2O, it gets dissociated as H plus OH minus. So 2H plus reacts with the 2 electrons and it liberates 1 mole of H2 gas. Okay. So for the liberation of 1 mole of H2 gas, you require 2 Faraday of the electrons. Clear? Okay. So 1 mole you require 2 Faraday. Getting 1 mole of H2, you require 2 moles of, means 2 Faraday of electrons. But in question, how many moles he has taken? 0.01. It required 0.02 Faraday. Clear? See, H2 gas is liberated. H2 gas is obtained by taking 2 Faraday. So 1 mole of H2 you are getting by using 2 Faraday current. Okay. Basically in question he has taken 0.01 mole. So 0.01 mole it requires 0.02 Faraday. So Q is equal to IT. Q is nothing but 0.02 Faraday. I is nothing but 10 into 10 power minus 3 and time is T. So if you calculate the time, you will be getting 19,300. So the answer will be third option, 19.3 into 10 power 4. Right. Take this question, students. 4 molar aqueous NaCl is prepared and 500 ml of this solution is electrolyzed. Okay. This leads the evolution of chlorine gas at one of the electrode. Atomic mass of sodium is 23, mercury is 200, 1 Faraday is equal to 96,500 coulombs. First question is total number of moles of chlorine gas that has been evolved. Second one, if cathode is one of the cathode, if cathode is of mercury electrode, the maximum weight in grams of amalgam formed in the solution. Okay, if he uses the mercury electrode, what is the amount of the substance of the amalgam that is getting deposited at the solution. And third question, okay, third question is total charge required for total electrolysis. These are the three questions. Pause the video and try to solve the students. 1, 2, 3. Okay, right students, I hope that you have done this. So molarity is equal to number of moles by volume. This is very clear. Molarity, it has been mentioned as 4. Number of moles you are taking in. Volume is 1000 by volume has mentioned as 500. Right? 500 ml. So N will be equal to 2 moles. Means NaCl in 500 ml having molarity 4. It consists 2 moles of NaCl. Okay? Means 2 moles of NaCl is present. 2 moles of NaCl. NaCl gets dissociated as 2 Na plus 2 Cl minus. 1 mole it is giving 2 Na plus. 2 moles means you will be getting 4 Na plus. Clear? So, first question is, if it is 1 mole, you are getting 2 Na plus 2 Cl minus. If it is 2 moles, you will be getting 4 Na plus 4 Cl minus. Clear? Okay. So, 2 Cl minus. Generally, if you take only this 2 Cl minus, 2 Cl minus, it gives 1 mole of chlorine and 2 moles of electron. So, 2 moles of chlorine, it is giving 1 mole of chlorine. Okay. 2 moles of chloride, it is giving 1 mole of chlorine gas that is evolving at the respective electrode, right? Second question is NaCl. Okay, you are taking 2 moles means you will be getting 4, 4 here. You will be getting 4, you will be getting 2 moles means you are getting 1 mole, 4 moles means you will be getting 2 moles. So answer will be 2 moles here, right? You correct it. So second one, 2 moles of NaCl forms 2 Na plus 2 Cl minus. Sorry, this is correct only, right? 1 mole NaCl forms 1 Na plus 1 Cl minus. 2 moles you are having means it is correct only. 2 moles means 2 plus 2. So 2 moles of chloride, it forms 1 mole of chlorine only. So 1 mole of chlorine only is getting deposited at the respective electrode. Sorry student, this is correct. Second one, 2 NaCl, it forms 2 Na plus 2 chloride minus, right? 2 Na plus, what happens? It takes 2 electrons, it forms sodium. Means 2 moles of sodium you are getting mixed with 2 moles of electrons. It is forming 2 moles of sodium. So now you are going for, see here, sodium and hydrogen you are having, but you will be getting depositing of sodium itself, because sodium will be having higher oxidation potential. It will undergo oxidation, right? Here Na plus Hg. So 1 mole of Na, it reacts with 1 mole of Hg, it forms NaHg. But you are getting how many moles here? 2 moles. 2 moles reacts with 2 moles of Hg, it forms 2 Hg. 2 moles of weight of sodium, it is 46 grams. 2 moles of Hg, the molecular weight is 400, not molecular weight, the weight is 400 grams. And NaHg, 2 moles, weight is 446. So the amount of sodium amalgam getting deposited, it is 446 grams. If they ask how much amount of mercury is reacting, it is 400 grams. Okay. And third question, anode. So at anode what happens? Oxidation will occur so that 2 chloride, it reacts, forms a chlorine gas and 2 electrons are removed. So 2 moles of chloride ions forming 1 mole of chlorine. Sorry, this 1 mole of chlorine with the 2 moles of this one. What is this? Electrons. So at cathode what happens? Sodium, it reacts with electron, it forms sodium. So as you are having 2 moles of sodium, it reacts with 2 moles of electrons, you will be getting 2 moles of sodium. So totally you require how much? 2 Faraday, not here 2, here 2. Totally it is only 2. Whatever here it is liberating, here it is that is taking. Okay, right students? Take one more question. So, a current of 2 amperes is passed for 1 hour through a solution of AlCl3. AlCl3 is in molten condition, not the aqueous condition, means the absence of water. Has a current efficiency of 50%. Current efficiency is talking, basically we doesn't have, with respect to physics we will be having current efficiency. Right? I will tell that. Find the amount of aluminium deposited at the cathode. Aluminium is 27 grams. 1 Faraday is equal to 96,500 coulombs. Okay? What is telling? A is 1.33, B is 0.66, C is 0.33 and D is 1.66 grams. Basically current efficiency is indicated with this symbol, eta. Current efficiency is indicated with symbol eta. Eta is equal to current output by current input. What is the current output? Means how much current you are passing. That is the thing you have to calculate. Here you are giving inside how much current? 2 amperes. If you multiply with 100, you will be getting the percentage. right? Eta current efficiency is equal to I output by I input into 100. So current efficiency has mentioned as how much? 50%. So it is 50 I naught by 2A into 100. You will be getting percentage. So I naught means amount of the current you are coming out. Okay, input you are giving 2 amperes, but some amount has been used up, and output means how much it is getting out. It is 1 ampere. Means Q you are getting it as 1 ampere. Clear? So amount of the substance, M is equal to Z into Q. You know that very well. Z is equal to M is equal to Z into IT, E by F into IT, M is equal to capital M into IT by XF. So, this is Q is equal to IT, this I is 1 ampere, right? What is time? It is passing per 1 hour. 1 hour means 60 into 60, this is time, this is I, this is 27, because aluminum atomic weight is 27, valency of aluminum is 3, F. So it is 27 into 1 into 60 by 3 into 96,500. So if you solve that, you will be getting the answer as 0.33 grams. So the option is third option. So take the last question for this session. Right. A charge of 1 Faraday deposits. You are passing off 1 Faraday of current. What will be depositing? You will be getting deposited of 1 mole of substance. If you pass 1 Faraday, 1 mole of the substance will be deposited? Definitely not. 1 gram of a substance? No, we can't say that. 1 gram of equivalent substance? Oh, this is correct, because equivalent weight only you will be calculating, right? 1 AME of the substance. So C will be the answer. Mass of the substance. Here see, if you take this one as constant, mass of the substance will be, see, M is equal to E by F into Q, right? Q is constant and Faraday is constant. Mass depends upon the equivalent mass of the substance. So if you pass 1 Faraday, this is 1 means, right? M is equal to E by F into Q. If you take Q constant, it will be, M will be equal to E by F. F is saying 1 Faraday is passed, means E by F is nothing but E by 1. So mass of the substance deposited will be equal to the equivalent mass of the substance. Okay, 1 Faraday you are passing means 1 gram equivalent substance will be deposited. Okay, so option will be C. This is for today's students with respect to Faraday's first law. Hope that you have understood this lecture. Practice the problems whatever that are present in your material. Have a nice day. Bye bye.